How's Trump a fascist? What has Trump done that was fascist?
Go write a fucking blog post and do some research, and you'll find out.
Do you know? Like, are you just saying like talking points and not knowing what you're talking about, or do you know? Like, that's what I mean. You're saying a lot of talking points, but it's a simple question.
For my time to explain something that's been explained for decades.
Nobody's ever been able to explain it.
Well, you're posted up here on the street like you want to say something to people, and then we come over to hear you, and you're saying you don't want to say anything.
You want me to talk? You want me to explain fascism to you?
What Trump has done that was fascist? Yeah, it should be simple.
Besides being from fascist lineage, which doesn't necessarily mean he's a fascist, but it does mean his father was arrested in the Ku Klux Klan, that his family has ties with the Nazi regime, and that he grew up as a privileged white supremacist.
So what's Trump done that was fascist? That was a question.
What's he done that was fascist?
Yeah.
He murdered Michael Reynolds in the street.
Donald Trump pulled the trigger?
I'm pretty sure Trump wasn't there.
I'm pretty sure he's 3,000 miles away.
Which is illegal, which is against the law.
Do you have the transcripts of that? Do you have the transcripts?
He bragged about it on TV. He said in 15 minutes I called him in and we got the job done. That's called being a fascist tyrant.
What about Reinhold shooting at the officers?
Reinhold never shot at the officers.
He wasn't in possession of an AR-15?
That doesn't mean he shot at the officers. It's a free country I thought.
Well, the witnesses said otherwise, so that's what's weird. No. Yeah, the witnesses that were there said otherwise.
No.
That's where the whole idea came from, was the witnesses.
There were many witnesses, and the vast majority of them agree that Reinhold.
All right, but what has Trump done that was fascist? That's still the question.
Trump has aligned the most extremist elements of the private sector with the state so that the people who have historically been marginalized and rely on the welfare and on the good nature of people in power and people who have money have been completely left out of the equation.
Did he do that with the opportunity zones, creating opportunities for minorities
building a fascist
No, wait, I'm asking you. Hold on, I'm asking, did he do that with the opportunity zones, which he created as a program to give minorities the opportunity to create a small business and to thrive in this country that is geared only for minorities? That's how he did that? By giving minorities a step up?
By giving minorities a step up in order to appease a corporate-dominated public governing structure, in order to appease the corporate, which, you know, for better or worse, corporations have been changing. And to appease that corporate growth and that private industrial capitalist, ascendancy, he has completely, I mean, think about healthcare, just think about all of the ecological, environmental things that he took down. He reversed every one of Obama's decisions.
Yeah, he created millions of jobs.
Continuing to drone in the Middle East.
Well, and we've pulled out a lot out of the Middle East. We've pulled out a lot out of the Middle East, and we've actually given the Middle East to like.
True, dude.
It has. Our troop numbers have like gone down substantially. Not to mention ISIS doesn't exist anymore, and we've given Syria to Russia. So like, what more do you want?
After a military commits mass slaughter of 1 million Iraqi people and hundreds of thousands of Afghanis and also by collateral blowback of, you know, religious fanaticism that springs up because of that.
All right, you're talking about Bush and Obama. Okay. Yeah, you're talking about Bush and Obama. We're trying to talk about Trump.
That's a genocide train right there.
Okay, but we're trying.
And it's a genocide.
All right, but we're talking about Trump, and Trump ended a lot of that stuff.
Trump didn't end any of that stuff, dude. He fucking killed Soleimani.
Yeah, it's one dude. Great. That's genocide. What the fuck are you talking about?
Fuck you.
What are you talking about?
It's all about individualism.
Yeah, absolutely. One
dude
who's like in charge of the entire army. You bet.
It's just one dude, and then you lick his boots.
What has Trump done that was bad or fascist?
He wore boots that you licked.
What has he done that was fascist? It's a simple question.
He wore boots that you licked.
Dude, you've talked for 10 minutes and you have yet to give me one example of how Trump was a fascist.
Fascism arose in Germany during the Weimar period.
What does this have to do with Trump?
Because his family was aligned with the Nazi party.
What has Trump done that was fascist?
He carried that legacy forward.
What has he done?
He's ridiculed people with disabilities, people
How is
who
that
who
fascist?
are from different ethnicities.
No, he hasn't.
Well, dude, you've been living under a rock, man, and you have a nice.
How is that? Okay, even if that is.
Pretty nice camera there.
Yeah, anyway, how is that fascist? Even if any of that was true, how is that fascist? What has he done that was fascist? He said people should be free. That's the opposite of fascism. What has he done that was fascist?
He raised fucking taxes.
He lowered taxes. He got rid
raised
of the death tax. He got rid of the estate tax. He got rid of the marriage penalty. He lowered taxes for everybody. Biden has promised to raise taxes.
For the very top few.
He lowered my taxes, and I don't make shit.
Yeah, because you lick the boots of the corporate elite.
So just because I'm his fan, he lowered my taxes? So in other words, Democrats got their taxes raised and Republicans got theirs lowered?
With fascist corporatism, that then when they get a cut, you get a little blowback. Like, look at your Walmart savings, but on a different scale. And so you think, oh, well, because I'm paying less on my paychecks, that like I'm going up in the world, but it's not the truth.
It's absolute truth.
It's not the truth, because you're getting way less in return, and they're not going to have your back when the shit hits the fan. They're not going to give a shit about you.
They're not supposed to. Who cares?
That's why you're a bootlicker. They lied to you, and you fell for it.
They're not supposed to give a shit about me. It's not their job. They're not supposed to care about me. They're not supposed to sit there and take care of me.
But that's why I'm here, man, and that's why we show up, because we know that when push comes to shove in the street, the people who stand for radical inclusivity and equity of all people of all nations are going to be the ones who are going to have our back.
So those people, you're talking about those people right there?
No, I'm talking about the immigrants, the people who these people want to keep out.
Those people love immigrants too. They want them here legally.
I'm talking about the illegal people who are
breaking the law. You want criminals? Why?
No, not breaking the law, being denied access to the same laws that white people have.
Nobody. That's not a thing.
That is a thing.
It's not a thing.
Melania Trump.
What about her?
She's an immigrant.
Yeah, she's a legal immigrant.
Yeah, because she has millions of dollars and is like a playboy. That's you're completely sold on this like porn of America.
Do you understand how racist that is? That's extremely racist. What about all of the non-rich legal immigrants?
India, dude. I know that there's a lot of Indian doctors who come over here. It is the greatest thing for America, but it leaves India in alert. And you know why? It's because systems of domination that have come through the English experiment of Western expansion and have continued culturally and philosophically and politically in your like renegade, you're like renegade, like outspoken in the streets, like pandering to disgruntled youth and extremists to get them so revved up for nationalism that they can't even think about about real life anymore. Look at how your supporters just like have no grounding in like shared truth and in shared sense of reality. It's completely gone haywire. I bet there's 2 people over there. I bet it's a fucking COVID ass shit show is what it is.
Possibly.
Probably.
But so what?